Yep. All right, we'll call the meeting to order for the Angola Common Council Monday, May 18th. May we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Coffey.
Present.
Councilmember Olson.
Here.
Councilmember Sharkey.
Present.
Councilmember Dow. Councilmember McDermott.
Present.
Request approval of the May 4th minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Unfinished business. Ordinance number 1799, 2026, an ordinance amending the Angola Municipal Code, Title 10, Vehicles and Traffic, Chapter 10.15, Traffic, Section 10.15.160, Prohibited Turns. This is second reading.
So moved.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Ordinance number 1800, 2026, an ordinance establishing a designated outdoor refreshment area, DORA. Second reading.
Move to approve. Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Anybody have any other unfinished business for this evening? Hearing none, we'll move on to new business ordinance number 1801, 2026, an ordinance amending the zoning map of the city of Angola, State Road 827, north of Eastland Crossing, Section 1. The first reading.
Move to approve.
Second.
Second, any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Mr. Alexander Atwood of 200 West Pleasant Street regarding city yard waste pickup would like to address the council this evening. The podium is yours, please. For the record, state your name, and even though I gave the address, state your address, please.
My name is Alexander Atwood. I live at 200 West Pleasant Street here in Angola. I typically go by the name of Xander, so just call me that either way. Good with whatever. Just like to start off by saying my family and I are newer residents to the Angola community, having moved here in 2024. We've come to love and enjoy the people of this community, the amenities it provides, and the luxury of living in a peaceful and harmonious community away from the hustle and bustle of larger towns and cities across the state. Having each been born and raised here in the state, both my wife and I are happy Hoosiers with intentions of remaining in this amazing community for many, many years to come. I come before you today to appeal the city policy regarding pickup of grass clippings. Now, I realize many of you or all of you may find this issue to be a bit silly, but I do assure you that I have valid reasons as to why I am bringing this up to you here today. I would like to thank Councilman Chuck Dow, even though he's not here, for inviting me to appeal to you all this evening. He's been a great help in serving as a liaison between the city and myself, and I appreciate his help with understanding the history of the city's current policy with this issue. So in the past, the Angola Street Department has picked up grass clippings as well as bagged yard waste. However, due to issues with machinery breaking and the Steuben Lakes Regional Waste District's refusal of mixed loads of compostable material, the city decided to exclude grass clippings from pickup. I pose to the members of the council this question. If the Angola Street Department provides a service to the citizens of Angola for yard waste pickup, even though Angola's citizens are able to transport their own yard waste to the drop-off at the Northeast Indiana Solid Waste Management District, then why shouldn't the Angola Street Department also provide grass clipping pickup? It seems counterproductive for the city to provide services to dispose of other forms of yard waste, but not the main form of yard waste, which accounts for roughly 50% of all yard waste across the nation, according to the United States Environmental Protection Agency. There are currently two options for my family and I to dispose of our grass clippings. We could either drop them off at the Northeast Indiana Solid Waste Management District, or we can use the grass clippings through the process of grass cycling. And I'd like to expand upon the reasons why these options don't work for my family and I. Option 1, transporting grass clippings to the Northeast Indiana Solid Waste Management District in my own car or rented vehicle is not a feasible option for us. This comes down to time and resources. Like many hardworking Americans of my generation, my family and I are navigating current economic hardships. Housing costs, student loans, healthcare debt, and the overall cost of living are at an all-time high. My wife and I both have to juggle multiple jobs just to make ends meet, and our schedules are hectic, and just finding the time to even do yard work can be a challenge for us. Adding on the extra time to transport our grass clippings quickly becomes burdensome. We currently have 2 vehicles that are hitting the end of their lifespan with costly maintenance that must be addressed regularly. It is important that we take good care of these vehicles so we do not have to incur more debt by replacing them. We must also consider the cost of gas along with the potential added costs of interior cleaning of our vehicles if we put smelly, wet, moldy yard waste or grass clippings into our vehicles. It goes without saying that the cost of renting a vehicle for the purpose of transporting grass clippings is also not in the budget. Transporting the grass clippings ourselves costs us our time and puts us at risk of even more financial stress. It is not worth the cost of our time nor the costs we incur to remove yard waste and grass clippings on our own budget when this service could be provided as part of the municipality utilities we currently pay for. Option 2, buying new upgrades to lawn mowing equipment to promote grass cycling practices is an impractical solution for us. Grass cycling, for those who don't know, is the practice of using your grass clippings as mulch and fertilizer for your yard. The method of grass cycling is easy enough. Simply mow and leave your grass clippings in your yard and let nature do the rest. As a new member of the Angola community, I am grateful the city prides itself on a synchronous city image for all its residents and promotes ideals which I believe make small communities like ours amazing places to live. Much like many other Americans, I enjoy having a very green yard. However, having grass clippings left on my yard not only looks tacky from a yard presentation standpoint, but when the hot summer months come along, there is little to no opportunity for the yard to utilize this mulch to its advantage when little to no rain comes through the area. This then takes away from the synchronous city image we strive for. The only option for me is to collect the grass clippings upon mowing the yard, so my yard can continue to look its best, and I can do my part to make the city of Angola look much better in return. Also, from an argumentative standpoint, if I leave grass clippings in my yard and the wind blows these into the sewage system, wouldn't this have a similar impact as leaving unbagged grass clippings, leaves, or sticks, twigs, and branches on the curb or street? It seems to be more of a double standard than anything else, which is why I believe bagging yard waste and grass clippings would be advantageous to the city so this waste does not enter our sewage and water systems. I truly believe the most viable option is the city of Angola providing a service paid through municipality utilities to pick up all yard waste, including grass clippings. This would allow the city more utility revenue to improve the quality and regularity of service the Angola Street Department provides. This is by far the most beneficial option for the citizens of Angola, and if the city were to charge a yard waste or grass clippings fee for an additional $6 to $10 per month per household, this would provide the city with enough utility revenue to easily provide this service to the citizens of Angola. I have researched this in nearby cities in Indiana, and these are the results that I've found. South Bend charges an additional $6 per month during season to pick up all yard waste, including grass clippings. Fort Wayne does not make their fees public information, but they do recognize on their websites that they charge a fee for yard waste pickup. Kokomo charges $10 per month, but this is included as part of their trash and garbage pickup fees. Anderson, Indiana, does not charge for leaves and grass clipping pickup, but this is provided as a service through higher local taxes. With sticks, twigs, and branches and leaves picked up as a service provided by the city twice a month, I believe many citizens of Angola, like myself, would be more willing to pay through our monthly utilities to have our grass clippings taken away by the city twice a month, knowing that the cost of the utility per household would cover the expenses needed for such a service, than having to complete the task on our own time and budgets. As of today, this very council approved the second reading for the city of Angola adopting a new DORA district in downtown Angola. I'm very embracing and appreciative of the city improving and revitalizing downtown Angola in this fashion, as it provides more opportunities for retaining young families in the area and impacting economic growth within our community. However, I believe we should not overlook the needs of the citizens in order to seize this opportunity. I believe utility revenue from a monthly fee, like a potential yard waste and grass clipping pickup fee, would create a more balanced approach to fostering community.
Well thought out comments. I do appreciate that.
Thanks.
Before we open it up for conversation, let me say that one of the reasons that the city doesn't do it is the same reason that you are opposed to doing it: time and resources. we don't have the time, we don't have the manpower, nor do we have the financial resources to do this. We like to see grass go back in and compost itself on the lawn from which it came. Sticks, that doesn't work very well. Brush, that doesn't work very well. Leaves, that doesn't work very well. That's why we concentrate on those issues rather than grass. We have tried grass pickup in the past. Every time we have tried, it doesn't work well. We have all kinds of problems with it. We had a composting place where citizens could bring it and drop it off without leaving the town. We ended up having all kinds of issues with that, so we stopped doing that. We've gone back to mow your yard, and what I do, I just don't bag it. I just let it blow out on the yard and compost itself and leave it for fertilizer. Now, as far as sewer and water, yes, you're right. We don't dare let those clippings get into the street because they do end up in our stormwater system, and then that causes us all kinds of problems with our stormwater infrastructure, where we have to send people out to clean those sewers and catch basins. Same reason cost is an issue. We try not to charge our citizens any more than we absolutely have to. We try to be as cost conscious as we possibly can on our taxes and on our utility rates. I think you probably get a lot of pushback for a $6 increase or $8 increase for just to cover grass pickup. Now, I've spoke my piece. Chad, is there anything you would like to add to these conversations? Mr. Ritter is our street superintendent. He is responsible for all of the yard waste pickup, along with a lot of other responsibilities that he has.
If we went to picking up grass clippings, that's 1 week, 2 guys, leaf machine on an average. And we would not be able to do it during brush and yard waste pickup because we don't have enough manpower, enough trucks to do it. So then you take them away from crack sealing our road repairs, and we're not getting road repairs done. We're picking up grass clippings. Biggest bang for the buck would be us saving money doing crack sealing or patching roads than it is for grass clippings. You're going to add roughly 20 tires. We go through 30 tires on our leaf machines now. You're going to run it constantly. During grass season, you're going to add tires, more wear on a truck, $150,000 leaf machine that people tend to rake rocks and everything, run through the fans, more maintenance on that. That's really all I have for that.
Thank you, Chad. Anybody on council have any comment they looked at?
I'd like to second your presentation as a retired history teacher. I respect you.
I'm a teacher myself, so it kind of comes a little bit naturally for me.
Fantastic, yes. I'd like to,
It showed.
Yes.
Yeah.
yes, very well presented. Unfortunately, not everyone is as civic-minded as you. And I have heard horror stories about some of the things that have been left at the roadside for the city to take. And therein lies another issue, because, as Mr. Ritter mentioned, the maintenance of everything, and as well as the breakdowns of the machinery. So, but I appreciate your thoughts.
I want to say too, it's not easy to raise taxes. You can call it an assessment, but it's a tax. And I've had I'm an attorney by profession, and I've had 3 people call me in the last week upset because their property tax assessment had gotten raised by the county. Upset, mad as a wet hen, and that probably is going to raise their taxes. I mean, because of the balance that comes as assessment goes up, the tax rate goes down. But they're still upset, wanting to appeal. They're willing to spend hundreds of dollars on an appraisal in order to avoid an increase on their tax assessment. I think if I tell my constituents that we're going to charge them $5 or $10 or $15 a month to pick those grass clippings up, they're going to be on my telephone constantly. I guess I just disagree with you. I don't think that people take a raise in those fees very easily, just because of what I hear from people. And we hear, believe me, we hear.
Not everybody will put their clippings out, and they'd still have to pay.
Yeah, there'll be those that'll say, why am I paying for this? I don't use this service, or that lawn, Randy Coffey's lawn's so big and mine's just little, and he's taking advantage of the situation. We will hear that, and I'm just telling you, in the time I've been on the council, this 3 years, you hear from people when there's just as Chuck heard from you, you hear from people, but the most things that you hear about is raising taxes. We just heard that when we were talking about having a fire district. The people that were going to be in that fire district showed up in mass because of the fact they were going to be taxed for fire service. We will hear that, I promise you. And that's not to say that I don't like the idea of picking it up. I just don't think practically that my constituency would go for that.
Mr. Mayor, may I ask a question?
Please.
Mr. Atwood, you said that your allergies have something to do.
I did not.
Pardon?
I did not. Not in this speech, I did not.
I beg your pardon.
Anybody else have anything else for Mr. Atwood?
No, I just want to thank you, and I appreciate, because I work with communities across the state, and looking at the feasibility of services is always a challenge. So I appreciate you bringing this to our attention, because I do think it's a good thing for us to reflect and see what our city services are and where we could potentially make improvements or make changes to better serve the community. So I appreciate you bringing this up, because it's an important issue that sometimes gets overlooked.
Sure.
So appreciate your time.
I will say, at least on my part, even if it were an additional or like an optional fee for that citizens could elect to be a part of during even just grass prime mowing season, that would even be an opportunity where they could get that advantage of having that happen. But I do feel that this is something that should be provided, whether it is feasible or not. I believe, I'm not saying it's all on you guys here, but I'm obviously not an elected person of the city. I'm not an elected official. It's not my job to make those decisions. It's your guys' job to do that. So I would hope that you guys would at least be advocates for change within this community to make it look better, because I do feel that even if we allow for grass clippings to be placed on our yard, to be completely honest, it just looks really tacky. It looks really bad. And I've gotten stakes in my yard for having my lawn too high, and I understand that. But when my yard is still greener than everyone else's with weeds and everything going on around, I find that to be a little bit ridiculous in my opinion with that. So I would hope and pray that you guys do at least consider this opportunity, because I do feel that this is something worth looking into.
Thank you very much, Mr. Atwood. We appreciate your input. We really do. Let's see. Request approval of change order number 2 for Pokagon Utility Project Division 3. Angola wastewater improvement. It is a neutral cost. It is just a contract extension.
Move to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, request termination of the abatement of Ventra LLC, located at 3000 Wood Hill Drive, resolution number 2016-697. It was 10-year. We are terminating it.
Move to terminate the abatement.
Second.
Motion second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, clerk treasurer depository statement and cash reconcilement for the month ending April 2026 is presented for your information. Reports. Clerk treasurer, Ryan, you got anything for us?
Nothing from me, Mayor.
Kim.
I have nothing to report, Mr. Mayor.
Retha.
We are preparing for the new sculptures to be installed. They will be installed June 5th. And so I will have an invitation for you, councilmen, for a private reception to meet with the artists. But yeah, we're excited. We're going to do it once a year instead of twice a year. So you will look for both West Maumee and Around the Mountain new sculptures on June 5th.
Mr. Ritter, anything this evening?
Comment.
Ms. Esmond, anything this evening?
Yes, sir.
Anything from the PD this evening? We do need a special report on our trained softball from our resident softball fan.
Oh, no, I just want to congratulate Trans Softball.
Oh, my
I thought
goodness.
maybe perhaps.
Well, Since it slipped my mind, I thought I would let you
Wow, that's
handle that
awful
for
kind
him
of
since
you,
you
sir.
slipped me a note.
I used to be a resident fan.
Well, you want to give the report on Triton softball?
No,
They're having another amazing season.
They are. I only saw half of one game though, so I can't really comment. But yeah, another amazing season.
It's just fantastic what they're doing.
That coach must be something else.
He is. Coach D, I wish I could say his name. I always butcher it every time I try to say it, and I'm not gonna try.
Coach Don.
All right.
Coach D is the easy way out. Congratulations to the Lady Thunder softball team. Another amazing season they're having.
They do play this coming up Thursday and Friday with the Super Regional
Yeah.
at home.
Here, yeah. Oh.
All right, reports, we got that. Request approval of allowance counts payable voucher 79,812 through 80,060, totaling $909,247.28, which includes interfund transfers of $74,115.
That we pay the bills?
Second?
Motion is second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Is there any other new business this evening? Hearing none, the next council meeting will be Monday, June 1st, and we are considered adjourned. Thank you very much for attending.